Here I am, know it's been a while. I was in denial about my love. Here I stand, I know I walked away. Had to find the person I'd become. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. It's been there all along. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. That's where you belong.
Hello everyone! Today I want to share my dog story with you and talk about a little bit how dogs have changed my life for the better. So it all started when I was about 15 years old. I was in a very low place in life and I was battling an eating disorder and even suicidal thoughts. So I was not in a good place in life. Every day was a struggle and I just felt like I would or could never be in a happy or blissful state again in my life, so why even live? I did not know my purpose in life and I just felt like I've lost everything, all of my dreams, my goals, everything. I just did not see a future for myself at all. So one day my dad came up with the idea to buy a dog. Now he had no clue on what was going on in my life or in my in my head. He just wanted to buy a dog, which at the beginning I was like yes, because I've always been an animal lover and of course I wanted a dog. Dad did not want just any dog. He was very specific in what type of dog he wanted. He wanted a Jack Russell Terrier, a female named Annie. And this is because when he was growing up, he actually had, or his family had, a dog, a Jack Russell Terrier named Annie. But unfortunately she died at a very young age due to some illness or something. So he wanted to get another dog with the same name and the same breed to see if this dog would live longer, which of course she did. So like I said, at first I was like yes, I really want this dog. But then later that night I started to just thinking, and I can be quite logical sometimes and other times I'm not at all. Anyway, I just started to think about what would happen if and when this dog arrived to our family. And I soon realized that I would be the one that would be responsible for this dog. It would be like my dog, even though the whole family pitched in and was with and took care of it. It would still be like my dog and my responsibility. And as I mentioned earlier, I was not in a good place in life. So when I realized this, I actually said to Dad that, I don't think it's a good idea to buy a dog right now. And I think I used the excuse of it's too expensive or something like that, which it was quite expensive as well, to want to buy a purebred Jack Russell. But the real reason was my mental health. I just knew I couldn't even take care of myself. I wanted to die. And here I am, taking care of a dog. I just felt like, for the dog's sake, I just felt like it's not going to work. Yes, so I decided that night that buying a puppy right now, for the puppy's own good, it wouldn't be a good idea. When I went to sleep that night, I felt kind of sad and kind of confused. I didn't know if I'd made the right decision when I told Dad that, please do not buy a puppy. But anyway, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with this extreme panic inside that, what have I done? Of course I'm gonna have a dog, of course. And I just felt like this eagerness to tell my dad right then and there, waking him up, just, Dad, I want a dog after all. lost my mind there for a moment. Of course I want a dog. But I didn't. I waited until the morning and then directly I told him. I was like, I changed my mind. Can we please get a dog after all? And he was like, yay! So a few days later, we drove to that village and we met the puppies. So being a believer in Jesus, I told him, I prayed the same morning as we were gonna drive and meet the puppies, that if it was his will that one of these puppies were going to be ours or mine, that he would show it in a very clear way. So we got there and we met the puppies. So I remember seeing all of these adorable little puppies and just thinking to myself, Melody, you will never be able to pick just one of these puppies to bring home. They were so adorable. It was like impossible. But then I remembered my prayer to Jesus just the same morning and I just felt peace. So I sat down and all the puppies just gathered around and they played with me and they bit my hands and they just were all excited. All but one. This specific one little puppy. She went up to me very carefully like this and she crawled up into my lap. This chubby little thing, she was so cute. And she fell asleep. All the other puppies, they were like playing and being all wild and crazy. But this one puppy, she fell asleep in my lap. And that's when I knew. I just got this feeling, this gut feeling. Okay, this is the one. This is the one I'm bringing home. And sure enough, it was Annie. But anyway, we ended up with visiting these puppies like 3 more times, I think, before we brought Annie home. And the special thing is that all these 3 times, or 4 if you count the one I just mentioned, Annie came and she crawled up into my lap and she fell asleep every single time. So she chose me. And yeah, it's kind of special. So April the 17th, 2015, we brought little Annie home. So even though we had planned for a dog like 1 month, it was a very spontaneous decision. But even though we had planned for like about a month, I knew nothing about dogs. I had always had my mind set on getting a horse and maybe then a dog. But it just happened so fast, so I was not prepared at all. And I had tried to read some books about dog training and puppies and just dogs in general, but I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable still. I just didn't feel like I had knowledge at all. So the first months with Annie did not go so well. Not only did she went from this cute, shy little puppy into a terrier terror. She would bite feet, pull on the leash, bark, whine, destroy things, and just be overall stressed and just confused. And looking back on it now, of course she was. I was stressed, I was confused as well. But yeah, it was not a very pleasant time. And even though I was the one that mostly took care of her, I had school and I had my own problems. So mom ended up taking her for some walks and being with her a bit, and she just felt like she could not handle Annie, which I completely understand. So we came to a very desperate place where, I don't think we ever really considered selling her or giving her back to her previous owners, but we really just felt like, how can we continue like this? We have to have a change. So we were very desperate. I'd continue to just do my research and trying to find some way we could tame this little terrier, this little dog. But it was hard. It was really hard because all the books I read, they were saying the same things. Like, give her a candy or not candy. Give her a dog treat and do this and do that. And one book would say, oh, have a harness on her, no, have a leash, oh, she will pull less if you do this or this, and just all these things. And I was very confused. Now a little backstory, I think you could call it. Growing up, like I said, I've always just loved horses so much, and I've been very into like natural horsemanship and Mount Roberts, the horse whisperer. So I had that kind of in the back of my head, but I never really thought about it like it could work on dogs too. So it wasn't really an option for me right then. Until one day, when Mom came home from the library with yet another dog book. At first I just sighed and was like, you know, Mom, I mean, it's almost useless. They all just say the same things and I get so confused. Or, well, they don't say the same things. One book say one thing, the other say another, but they all just don't make any sense to me. But anyway, I took the book and I opened it up and started reading it. And I very soon realized that this was not a regular dog book. This book was special because it talked about natural leadership and how to become the dog's leader and how the dog would just follow naturally without dog treats and even without a leash in some cases. And I just got really interested in this. And in the book, it also mentioned the dog whisperer, Cesar Millan. And I knew about him, but I didn't know about him. I've heard his name, and I had some friends who were like, oh, did you watch the dog whisperer? I'm like, no, I'm a horse girl. I really did not watch or care about anything of that. So I did not know who he was or his methods or anything. But since he was mentioned in that book, I felt like, well, I'll check him out. Let's see what his methods are. So I went on YouTube and I started to watch old episodes of The Dog Whisperer. And I mean, after the first episode, I was like completely sold out. I was like, yes, this is what I've been looking for. This is similar to what I know from my experience with horses and the natural horsemanship. This is like natural dogmanship. And I just felt so thankful and just so happy that yes, I'd finally found something that I just knew it's gonna work. So I started to work on myself and on Annie, and well, I was starting to work with Annie and on myself, and really just to build a relationship based on trust and respect and not dog treats. And it worked. I mean, 3 months in, and so much had changed. She was so more peaceful and calm. We had our problems, absolutely, but everything was just working out and slowly getting better and better. I could really see the progress, and it was so amazing to me and so motivating. Also, I just continued to binge watch old episodes of The Dog Whisperer, and I just really felt like I had gotten a dream and a goal to work towards accomplishing. And that dream was to become kind of like a dog behaviorist and just help dogs that had problems and help their owners. I mean, yeah, I wanted to do that just like Cesar Millan, and I just felt like, I'm gonna go for it. So yeah, it's been a long journey and I'm certainly not done yet, but dogs have helped me so much. So it's been a very long journey, and there's been a bunch of stumbles and a bunch of falls, but I'm here, I'm stronger than ever, and I'm gonna keep going and keep pushing and just continue to grow as a person and as the leader my dogs need. Dogs have taught me so much about myself and about just life in general. When Annie came into my life, I felt like I finally had something or someone to live for. And she's been a huge motivation in my recovery journey. So today, I'm completely free from my eating disorder, and I'm moving forward in life. And the most wonderful thing is, I'm not moving forward alone. I'm moving forward together with dogs.
Move through mountains, rain and snow, but I felt that I was further from the truth. In one dark and stormy night, rolling thunder, flashing light, heard a whisper in the night, and it said, you should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. It's been there all along. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. That's where you belong. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. It's been there all along. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. That's where you belong. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. It's been there all along. You should go back home, go back home, go back home, go. That's where you belong.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want, or dislike and unsubscribe if you want. Anyway, just have a nice day. Bye!